Before you change anything in your outer world, there is a quiet power waiting within you that has been shaping your life all along, whether you realized it or not. From the moment you wake until you close your eyes at night, you are playing the game of life with invisible pieces, and those pieces are your words. Every sentence you speak, every thought you silently repeat, and every belief you affirm is a move on the board of destiny. This is why some people seem to win effortlessly while others struggle endlessly, because the game is not decided by luck, effort, or circumstance alone, but by the creative force released through spoken and unspoken words. When you understand this truth, life stops feeling random and begins to feel responsive, as though an unseen intelligence is listening closely to every declaration you make. Words are not harmless sounds drifting into empty air. They are living currents of energy that set divine law into motion. When you speak with fear, doubt, or resentment, you unknowingly give instructions to life to bring you more of the same. When you speak with faith, gratitude, and expectation of good, you align yourself with a higher order that rushes to meet your command. This principle has been taught quietly through spiritual wisdom for centuries, yet most people dismiss it, wondering why their prayers feel unanswered and their efforts unrewarded. The answer often lies not in what they desire, but in what they consistently declare. Life faithfully mirrors the language you use to describe it, because the universe responds to conviction, not to wishful thinking. Many people unknowingly sabotage themselves by speaking against their own good. They say they want abundance while constantly affirming lack. They ask for harmony while repeating stories of conflict. They hope for health while speaking endlessly about illness. These words, spoken casually and repeatedly, become laws unto themselves. The subconscious mind does not argue, question, or correct. It accepts the spoken word as truth and begins to organize experience around it. This is why words spoken in emotion carry such force, because feeling seals them into reality. Whatever you consistently say with feeling becomes a blueprint for what follows. Yet there is great comfort in this revelation because it means nothing is fixed and nothing is beyond change. If words have built the conditions you face today, words can also dismantle them. The moment you choose your language consciously, you reclaim authority over your destiny. You stop reacting to life and start directing it. This is the divine secret hidden in plain sight, waiting for recognition. As this understanding deepens, a quiet tension begins to form, because awareness alone is not enough, and soon you will discover why many people fail at this very point, even after learning the truth. What comes next will challenge habits, confront inner resistance, and reveal the exact moment where destiny either shifts upward or silently repeats itself again through unconscious repetition of old mental patterns. Is a moment in every person's life when the ordinary becomes extraordinary, when the familiar world trembles on the edge of revelation, and the realization dawns that every circumstance you face has been summoned by your own inner declarations. Most people never reach this threshold because they are distracted by the noise of the outer world, endlessly negotiating with problems that were created by their own words long ago. But once you pause and observe your habitual speech, your inner dialogue, and the subtle affirmations that slip from your lips, a profound truth emerges. You are the architect of your own life, and the tools you have been given are far more potent than you have imagined. This is where suspense rises in your own story, because the power you hold is silent yet unstoppable, and the challenge is whether you will use it consciously or continue to yield to patterns of unconscious repetition. It is at this exact point, often unnoticed, that many falter. They glimpse the power but hesitate, unsure how to translate awareness into practice, unaware that hesitation itself is a word with energy, a signal to the universe to maintain the status quo. The energy of words is not abstract or symbolic, it is literal. Thoughts and speech are vibrations that ripple through unseen currents, touching every aspect of life. A simple phrase of gratitude can reverse the course of worry, and a single declaration of faith can shift entire circumstances. Yet, the mind often clings to old programming, replaying fears and doubts like a broken record, quietly instructing life to reproduce limitations. This is why the middle of transformation feels uncertain, even tense. It is the space between old belief and new realization, the moment when life seems to hang in suspense, because you are standing at the threshold of possibility. In this moment, the unseen forces that respond to words wait for your next move, attentive to every syllable. A careless word spoken in despair can tighten the grip of limitation, while a deliberate word spoken in faith can open doors you never imagined. Understanding this principle is like discovering a map to a tree's that has always been under your own feet. You begin to notice the subtle cues around you, the way opportunities appear, and how some people seem magnetized toward their desires, while others remain trapped in cycles of frustration. It is never a matter of chance. Every word you have spoken, consciously or unconsciously, has carved grooves in your reality. The suspense in this truth is that it can feel overwhelming, because it reveals that responsibility is absolute. There is no blaming luck, no excusing circumstance, because the creative power of your word is impartial, persistent. Yet, with this responsibility comes liberation. The same words that once confined you now offer a path to freedom, and the only requirement is that you speak with clarity, conviction, and unwavering faith. At this stage, transformation is both thrilling and delicate. You begin to replace fear with courage, complaint with gratitude, and doubt with affirmation. You realize that life is listening constantly, that the universe is not passive, and that everything you call out with your mind and lips moves toward manifestation. The suspense reaches its peak when you confront the choice: to continue repeating old, limiting statements, or to boldly claim the life you are capable of living. It is a silent drama playing in every human soul, a test of inner authority, and a call to recognize that the divine secret of life is not in doing more, striving harder, or seeking outside validation, but in choosing your words with purpose and letting them speak for you. This is where true mastery begins, and where the ordinary becomes magical, waiting for your conscious participation to transform the invisible currents into reality. Once you step fully into the awareness of your words as creative forces, a remarkable shift begins to occur. Life, which once seemed rigid, unpredictable, or even harsh, begins to respond to your conscious declarations. Each morning becomes an opportunity to set the tone for the entire day, and each evening is a reflection of the seeds you have sown with your language. The key is consistency, for the universe responds not to occasional bursts of hope, but to steady streams of intentional words. This is why so many people, even after learning the secret, fail to manifest lasting change. They speak with awareness only in fleeting moments, and revert to habitual speech under pressure or fear. When you speak with unwavering faith, when your declarations align with your vision of health, abundance, and harmony, you engage the divine law that Florence Scovel Shinn described, that what you affirm with clarity and feeling becomes a living reality. You are no longer a passive participant. You are the conscious creator of your destiny. The transformation begins quietly, often unnoticed by the world, but deeply felt within. You may find that opportunities appear more easily, that challenges dissolve faster, and that the right people and circumstances seem to flow into your life without force or struggle. This is not luck. It is the exact manifestation of the words you have chosen to embody. The suspense that was present in the previous stage now becomes excitement, a sense of anticipation that life itself is responsive and waiting for your direction. Each affirmation, each word spoken in faith, carries a momentum that builds invisibly, but powerfully, shaping experiences that mirror your inner convictions. Obstacles no longer feel permanent because you recognize them as signals to adjust your words, not as barriers that define your life. What you speak today writes the map of tomorrow, and nothing in life is beyond this influence. As your awareness deepens, you begin to notice the subtle magic in everyday moments. Words of encouragement, spoken with belief, uplift not only yourself, but those around you. Gratitude transforms ordinary experiences into extraordinary blessings. Even silence becomes sacred, for withholding negative speech is a form of deliberate creation. You start to see that every declaration, whether spoken, thought, or even sung inwardly, has weight, and the unseen currents of the universe are attentive to your intentions. There's a thrill in this realization, a recognition that you are never helpless, never at the mercy of circumstances, and that every word carries potential to either limit or expand your reality. The suspense dissolves into empowerment because you understand that the divine secret is no longer hidden, it is alive within you, waiting only for consistent, conscious use. Now is the time to embrace this power fully. Speak words that honor the life you wish to live. Declare health, success, love, and harmony as though they are already present. Refuse to speak limitation or fear, and replace every complaint with a confident, grateful statement. In doing so, you awaken a divine response that moves with precision to align conditions with your declarations. Life becomes not a struggle but a collaborative process with an intelligent universe, responding to your clarity and faith. Remember, this is not theory, it is law, as real and dependable as the sun rising each morning. Our destiny, your game of life, and your victories are all written in the language you choose to employ. If you embrace this knowledge with conviction and practice it daily, the impossible becomes inevitable, and the life you desire begins to unfold effortlessly.